What's good, everybody? I'm back, okay? And if you're new to the channel, this is a tarot channel, okay? I am an intuitive tarot reader, therefore this is going to be a tarot reading, a general one at that. So, anywho, so I was like, let me try polygel. If you're new, I am a nail technician, all right? Just so you know. But yeah, I wanted to try polygel. I specialize in acrylic and nail art, okay, hand painted nail art and encapsulation. But you know, polygel is a new thing, all right? It's a new thing. And so I bought a few things. I bought the forms, I bought the polygel, I bought, you know, the basics, because I have everything else, like the glitter, I have the light, you know, I have everything else. But today I was like, let me see how this will work for me not being left-handed. Let me see how this will be convenient for me doing sets on myself when I want to do my left hand. Now, with anything new that you're trying out, you are going to make mistakes. You are going to figure things out. You're going to see what works, what doesn't. And that's kind of what happened. I was like, okay, well, there are certain aspects to doing polygel that are similar to doing it with acrylic, and there are some things that not really. So I learned a few things, and I was like, okay, for my first attempt at like a whole hand, it's not that bad. There are pros and there are cons to doing it this way. The odor, not having to smell the monomer, okay, that strong chemical, that's a plus. Not having to file as much, like I could probably just file the sides and maybe the cuticle area and be good. Those were the cons so far, or I'm sorry, the pros. The cons, however, is making sure that you get every single piece on the side, okay? And then also leveling. That's another thing, is I just have to learn how to level. And then also understanding the different shapes, okay? Because the way the form looked, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get me a nice coffin shape. But this is like more like ballerina. It's very slim, very, very slim. And I don't like this noise. It sounds like, it doesn't clack. It's just like clickety. It's not giving me clickety clack, okay? Anyways, enough about that. What else was I gonna share with y'all? Addiction. So, reading up on addiction, what it all meant, and engaging in behaviors or activities in which it's rewarding, but the consequences are negative. So this goes towards things that have bad consequences, such as sex addictions, substance addictions, having some sort of like habit that is rewarding, but it's not good for you. Again, eating junk food, binge watching shows. It's all about balance. But if the consequences aren't good for you, if nothing good is coming out of this besides a reward that's temporary, that's the addictive side of whatever this is. If you're unable to operate without it, if for some reason you just cannot help yourself when it comes to this, if you're ruining relationships, if you're ruining your health, if you're ruining something here in the process, the addiction is, if it's an unhealthy addiction, I don't know if you can be addicted to something and it be healthy for you in the aspect of it being called or labeled an addiction. Addiction, I guess, would be more towards the negative side. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, is there a healthy obsession? In any case, it is too much of something that you're unable to, like I said, operate without it. It's dependency. It's not healthy. to be dependent on something so much that without it, you don't know how to operate. So anyways, I was just thinking about that. I'm just thinking like, what are my addictions? What are things that I do that when I don't do it, I don't know how to, like, and again, social media, my phone, what else am I addicted to? I like snacks. I like having snacks. Snacks are fun. I love snacks. But that comes from my upbringing because, you know, my mom would always give us like candy or chips or, you know, soda or junk food, or always like, that was her way of like making us happy, is by giving us junk food or like excessive amounts of like sugar or crappy food because it was cheap and it was easy to like shut us up while she got to do whatever she wanted. And so I realized that's my comfort zone, and a lot of times our addictions are what comfort us. And so yesterday I noticed like I was getting antsy. I'm like, oh, like I don't smoke anymore. That was one of my addictions. I wouldn't say it was an addiction, but it was something that comforted me. I don't like the way that sounds, comforted. Anyways, it brought me comfort. So anyways, going back to the snacks, yesterday I was like, man, I want some chips and I want some cookies and I want something to, again, satisfy this urge that I'm having, this anxiety, this like, it's an oral fixation. I also call it that because, again, with smoking, you know, you're able to, you know, you're doing something, like you're doing something. And so we're used to doing something. And in my case, snacking, eating, chewing something, you know? And so I went to the store and I was like, let me go get me some hot Cheetos. I got me some famous cookies, some Micanites, and some, like, I don't know, they were like wafers, chocolate wafers, hazelnut wafer chocolate thingies. And I was like, my comfort zone is watching a good, you know, movie or show or whatever. And that was the show that I seen yesterday, the Tell 'Em You Love Me. And then eating my snacks. And so it comforts me. I enjoyed like being able to eat something and like watch a show by myself. Like that was comforting. And so going back to, what was I saying about my addiction? Smoking, right? Like, how do you pull away from something and operate? So I stopped smoking like 2 years ago. And I've been smoking since I was 17. I'm 36 now, so, you know, it's about 17 years smoking. But it was never to a point where, like, I had to cop an eighth. I had to cop a half. I had to cop, like, large quantities to cope. It was never like that. So, you know, if I didn't have it, it wasn't like I was having like a tantrum or I was taking it out on somebody. So I guess it wasn't an addiction, but it was just something that comforted me at that time. And now that I don't smoke, I think about how, like, when I smell tree and people are smoking it, yes, I'm like, oh man, I do miss that. Like, I miss smoking. And I have to ask myself, like, why do you miss smoking? What was it that you enjoyed about smoking? And smoking, I did it with people or I did it without people, just on my own. I guess the comforting part of it was knowing that I had something to do, or it brought me around people who I had something in common with. And so, again, like, I don't smoke anymore, but when I do smell it, I'm like, ooh, like it brings back memories. And then I start thinking about people who have addictions, like severe chronic disease to a substance, an activity, or, you know, whatever it is. And having the temptation, or like, again, like smelling it and it just like triggering something where you're just like, oh my God, I remember that, it made me feel so good, like, you know? So thinking like people with sex addictions. As far as me like correlating it with the comfort zone of something or the reward of it, like thinking about people who are addicted to pleasure. And so depending on how you coped with whatever it was that you were going through, and it happened to have been sexual activity, you're going to keep doing it because it makes you feel good. And so let's say someone here has been, you know, online dating, having, you know, people engage with them at any given moment, or like watching videos of people doing stuff, and it just like stimulates your brain to the point where it's like you can't get enough of it. And then when you're without it, you just can't stop thinking about it. Like that addictive nature, it's wild to think like there are some people who without it cannot function. And so I'm thinking like, okay, let's say somebody did decide that, okay, I'm gonna cut off dating apps, I'm gonna cut off, you know, watching porn, I'm gonna cut off, you know, talking to whoever hits me up who wants to like show me, you know, they're fucking this, that, and the other, like, I'm gonna cut that off. How does one like really stop themselves from engaging in that when they know that the reward of it is exciting, but if you're in a relationship, it can literally ruin that because it's going against the relationship. Like, it's disrespectful to, you know, the situation that you're in, the commitment that you've put yourself in. So I'm just thinking like, what if this motherfucker has like a sex addiction? And, you know, it's like me with smoking weed. Like, I've been doing it for 17 years, and when I smell it, I'm like, oh my God. And so like for him, like, oh my God, look at this bitch with her ass out and her titties out. Like, oh my God, I can't, it's like, where is it that you draw the line where you say, okay, that looks good or that smells good, but I don't do that anymore? Like, that's kind of like where I'm at, you know, with the situation. Like, is it an addiction? Is it that you don't really have power over yourself? You don't have control over yourself in these addictions? Because I'm disciplined at this point where, like, you know, I can choose to go back to smoking. I can go to the fucking dispensary and go cop me some tree and a fucking backwood and start like I never left. I can do that. But it kind of it makes me think like, so basically you're gonna give up the 2 years that you've not smoked just to say, you know, I can do whatever I want. Is it also where if I do decide to go back, it's because like, what is the point of me doing it? Because I have the freedom to do it? Is it because I want to get high again? Like, what? I really had to ask myself, like, what comfort would it bring me now if I've come this far without it and I'm good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, we about to get into this reading. Enough of what I was talking about, but yeah, I'm just like, you know, discipline, and really taking accountability of your actions and how you take your power back and control your urges. Because yes, we are human, but yes, we have the capability of choosing what is good for you and what isn't, you know? Anyways, we about to get into this reading. Like I said, I am an intuitive tarot reader. This is going to be a general reading, so this could be about your grandma, this could be about your partner, this could be about your ex, this could be about your new lover, this could be about your father, your brother, your aunties, your co-worker, I don't know. Either way, during this reading, I'm going to call out zodiac signs, years, dates, letters, colors, shapes, songs, whatever I intuitively pick up, I'm going to share that with you. And if you're looking for a personal reading, down below in the description, you'll find all the information you need to contact me for a personal reading. And, yeah, it's Mother Bazan living her best life, minding her business, doing it well. I don't remember if that's what I already said, but if I did, then hey, bear with me. Ace of Wands. 2 more, please. Long blonde hair. The Hierophant, Taurus in the house. This, it tickled me. He called me a Spanish Pam Grier. It was so funny to me. I was like, wait, what? Why is that so funny to me? I had to look up Pam Grier because I was like, who's Pam Grier? I've heard of her name. And I looked her up and I was like, oh, I've seen her before. I think she's a chick from Charlie's Angels. I don't know, but I've seen her before. And I was like, oh, she's a Gemini. Oh, that shit was so funny. I was like, a Spanish Pam Grier. I'll take that. That's funny. Anyways, Taurus in the house, May, and you doing too much. Okay, Aries in the house as well. Give me a second. You may have started a new job or a new commitment. May 3rd, April 5th. The Empress, wow, okay. I don't know if you just met somebody and it's just like a match made in heaven, or this is what you're thinking about, this is what you're working on or going towards, but the Hierophant, the Emperor, and the Empress, this is like two people who are, they're what is it, equally yoked. These two are equally yoked. So I don't know if both of you believe in a specific religion, if y'all both are bosses, if you both are leaders, if you both are going to the same church. Who is giving me like this new person or this new project, this whatever this new action is, whatever this new commitment is, whatever it is that you believe in, someone here believes the same thing you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Libra, Taurus in the house. So Taurus for sure. Aries, Libra. March 5th, March 3rd. April 5th, April 3rd. May 3rd, May 4th. Okay. Okay, hot stuff. Yeah, someone here definitely got some long blonde hair. I don't know if you're wearing like a install, weave, wig, whatever you want to call it nowadays. All right. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This could be someone here that you grew up with, someone you may have went to church with, or some sort of Bible study, or the future through the eyes of the past. I don't know if you're talking to somebody from your past, or you're starting something new with someone here that you, like I said, have memories with, or have something familiar with. God-fearing. Someone here is God-fearing. The devil, but it wanted to come out in reverse, so I'm gonna let you slide, Capricorn. 15, March 15th, April 15th, and May 15th. Did I say that? March, April, May 15th. This is telling me somebody here has either changed their way or changed their past. Because the way this devil is upside down in reverse, and the Six of Cups is current, this is like someone here, their past mistakes or whatever they've done, it's like I'm hearing giving it to God or turning their life over to God. Interesting. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, like I'm saying, giving their problems to God, whatever it is that's like too much for them, they're seeking guidance through a higher source, okay? Someone here, like I said, believes in a higher source. Where are you going? What will you do once you get there? A light on the horizon calls to you, standing on the precipice. So, I learned what precipice meant. So a precipice is, it's almost like a cliff, like a really steep cliff, like being on top of something so high that like, it's almost like the Fool. Like the Fool is at like a cliff, and it's just like do or die. Like either you know, walk out there on faith and see what happens, or you fall flat on your face if you don't believe in anything. So this is stand for something or fall for anything. What card is this though? Three of Wands. Okay, so yeah. Being more strategic about the steps, being more aware of which way you're going, paying more attention to how you move, yeah? How you travel, how you maneuver. And the Seven of Wands, cornered. So, excuse me, there's a lot of wands out there, but it's like, I'm picturing someone here like having so many things coming after them, and they're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna pray. I'm just gonna pray. I'm just gonna pray. I'm just gonna pray. I'm just going to. This is like following the ordered steps. This is believing that whatever you're about to get into is supposed to be what your higher source has told you to do. You know? This is like believing that whatever you're about to embark on is what your higher source wants for you. Anyways, advice for this situation? Advice. Hold on. Get behind me. Satan, it's like, what did he say? That shit was so funny to me. Get thee behind me? I forget how he says it, but I believe it was from, it was some Hispanic guy in a movie. I don't think it was Blood In, Blood Out. And I don't think it was a Cheech and Chong. I might be screwing it up, but there's a guy who's like, get behind me, Satan. And I'm also getting like, not today, Satan, not today. Not today. Advice, please, advice. Advice, advice, advice. And the devil will tempt you even more when you're going the right way. Tests will come to see if it is that you are faithful, if it is that you are committed to whatever this is that you want that's new. So, pay attention, pay attention. We have the Six of Swords, okay? What are you willing to carry and what are you willing to let go when you start to transition? Are you going to be carrying other people's burdens? Are you going to be carrying other people's beliefs? Are you going to be carrying other people's problems when you transition? Or are you going to give your problems to the higher source that you believe in? Are you going to believe that everything is going to be taken care of if you decide to, you know, stand on that precipice, if you decide to take the leap of faith? If you're put in a position where all of your addictions, or like I said, like, can you handle being surrounded by something here that goes against your belief? Are you able to stand your ground if something here tries to come up against you? King of Cups underneath that. Are you willing to control your emotions when you are being attacked by different situations that are meant to throw you off? Are you bigger than whatever it is that's trying to come up against you? Four of Wands. It's something here about a marriage. It's something here about stability. It's something here about your faith, a home, a business, a marriage, a ceremony, a reunion. 64, 46. Three of Pentacles. Are you willing to put in the work? And the Five of Swords. So, if people are gossiping, if people are bullying you, if people are harassing you, if people are being messy, are you still willing to be the person that you are? Are you still willing to commit to having faith that even no matter what obstacles come your way, no matter what drama, problems, issues arise, are you still willing to walk the walk? Are you still willing to believe that no matter what comes up against you, you can still get to where you need to go? Okay? The letter A. Failed, deflated, falling apart, melt, sunken ship, and mistake. When people start talking about, oh, well, you know, that marriage didn't work out, or, you know, you lost that job, or you and that person fell out, are you going to allow that to define you? Or are you going to keep going because you're not going to allow your mistakes to basically dictate your next move or who you are? Well, you have 3 failed marriages, so, you know, you're not really marriage material, or you got fired from these 3 jobs, so you're not really a great employee, or, you know, you don't have any friends, so that means, you know, you don't have what it takes to be a good friend, or whatever the case may be. School, gold, 25 and 2000s. Someone here could be 25. Someone here could be graduating this year or already graduated this year. All right, something about 25 years. The color gold, a gold cake. This is kind of telling me like someone here trying to change their way so that the past doesn't, how do I say this? It's basically someone here changing so that they don't have to become what it is that they made a mistake with. How do I say this? It's like, I want to change so that I'm not being viewed as the old me. You know what I'm saying? The old me is done with. Like I'm not not that person anymore. For example, like I used to be a pothead, like straight up. But now I've decided like I don't need to smoke, you know? I've been doing fine without it, so, you know, but some people may look at me like, oh man, remember when you used to smoke? You remember when we used to, you know, pass the blunt, we used to, you know, bongs and pipes and all the, you know? And it's just like, yeah, that was a phase of mine that I grew out of. Someone here grew out of something. And it's like not allowing that version of me to keep going. I don't want to keep being known as XYZ. You know what I'm saying? I want to become something different. I want to become something better. I want to do better for me. I want to commit to something here that, because if I identify as that means I haven't grown. That means I'm still stuck. That means I'm still that person. Versus if I decide to change and learn from this mistake, I can become a better person. Does that make sense? Anyways, one more, please. Yellow. What do I do? Thinking, not interested, bored, and worried. The color yellow, like I said, a yellow cake. Yellow and gold, yellow gold. A circle, something circular, okay? What goes around comes around. Do you want to keep going in circles when it comes to whatever it is that was in your past? Do you want to keep repeating the same cycle? Do you want to keep being known as this person who does this? Are you comfortable with this cycle? Because if you're not, that means a change needs to be made. So, yeah. Anyways, that has been the general reading. Like I said, it was Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Taurus, Libra, the letter A as in apple, the color yellow, the color gold, the number 25, March 25th, April 25th, May 25th, March 15th, April 15th, May 15th, March, April, May 15th, May 3rd, May 4th, April 3rd, April 5th, May 4th, May 5th. 64, 46, 35, 53, 34, 43, 63, 36, 35, and yeah, cake school, huh? Anywho, that has been the general reading. If it resonated, great. I'm glad I could help you out with this circumstance, situation, or experience, whether it, you know, already happened where you went to school, you finally decided that you want to change your life around and do something better for yourself. Congratulations. If you're going through it right now, where you're like in school, or you're, you know, deciding now that I'm gonna stop doing what it was that people are used to me doing so that I can become a newer person that's, you know, bettering themselves. Or this could be happening soon where you're like, yeah, I'm eventually gonna have to switch something up or change something so that I can identify as who it is that I see myself as versus being comfortable with the old person that I used to be. And if you're like, yeah, no, I'm not committing to anything, I don't know any of these signs, I'm not trying to change my life, or I don't need to change my life for the better, then that just means this reading wasn't for you. This has nothing to do with you, and you can go on about your life. You can click off this video, pretend you never heard it, okay? And yeah, thank you for liking, watching, subscribing, sharing, viewing, commenting, listening, donating, voting, all of that great stuff. Appreciate you. And I will see y'all one more time, all right, for another reading. Talk